Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us for our live broadcast today as we take a closer look at the tools and technologies that are being leveraged by manufacturers across the country to improve their digital manufacturing workflow. Today's event is a collaboration between a few Canadian companies in this space, CAD Micro Solutions, ISCAR, Megatel, as well as Machine Tool Solutions. I have the pleasure of introducing our panel of presenters this afternoon. Joining us from CAD Micro Solutions, Felicia Gowing is CAD Micro's Business Development Manager with over 10 years in the CAD CAM space. Also from CAD Micro, we're joined by Kirsten Waters, Digital Manufacturing Technical Manager with over 6 years working in the manufacturing industry and a background as a CAM programmer. She'll be joining us in a little bit for a live CAM demo. From ISCAR, we're joined by Steve Geisel, Technical Marketing Manager with over 30 years in the metalworking manufacturing industry and a certified general machinist. Lastly, Mark Hezrouni, Senior Partner and General Manager at Megatel Inc., with over 25 years of experience in the Canadian metalworking industry. Before I pass things over to our presenters to get us started, there are a couple of quick housekeeping items to mention. First, we know that you probably will have some questions for our presenters throughout today's session, and that's great. As questions arise, go ahead and type them into the questions box in the GoToWebinar panel. We are budgeting some time at the end of our session for a Q&A period, so don't be shy. Also in the GoToWebinar panel, you'll see some handouts available from our presenters. You can go ahead and check those out at any time and download them if you'd like. Today's session will include a live stream of our CNC machine on Megatel's shop floor while our presenters are speaking. If at any time you'd like to change your view to get a closer look at the machine itself, you can select your view preference from the top of your GoToWebinar window. Lastly, today's webinar will be recorded and we'll be sending you a copy of it tomorrow, along with a very brief survey. We would love to hear your feedback. Without further ado, I will pass things over to our presenters to get us started.
Thank you, Jessica. Good afternoon and good morning to those of you who are joining us on the West Coast. Between Mark and Steve, we are so glad for you guys to join us for this joint digital manufacturing event. As we've seen, COVID-19 has forced most companies to reposition their workforce to move from home. Many are feeling challenges getting their jobs done using the tools they need. Enabling users to access and collaborate with their engineering and manufacturing data and teams in order to complete projects on time without interruption is truly key to the productivity and innovation. The purpose of this event is to share knowledge, helping organizations like you understand the various options, best practices available when it comes to collaborating, designing, and programming remotely, using the best-in-class tools and technology that automate and digitalize the manufacturing workflows. Mark, can you share with the viewers what we have going downstairs on the shop floor?
Thank you, Felicia. Good day, everyone. Hope you're all doing well and keeping safe. These past few months have certainly been challenging on all of us, but I'm confident with perseverance and resilience, we'll come out of it much stronger. I hope you'll enjoy the presentations today and get to take away something that will help you improve your business and digital manufacturing workflow. So before I present the live demo, let me ask, do you wish you could start automating some of your production, but you don't know where to start? Well, at Megatel, we offer a complete end-to-end solution that will make your life easier. You only have to deal with one supplier for everything. The hardware, whether it's the machine tool, the robot, the automation system, the installation, integration, setup, and even the pre-start health and safety review. We do it all. Today, we're going to be looking at a very interesting and simple solution brought to you by our good friends and partners at Machine Tool Solution. For this project, we wanted to bring forward a simple solution that would require very little setup time and offer more flexibility. So without further ado, let's go live to the shop floor where our friend Lino from Machine Tool Solution is standing by to demonstrate the RoboTrex automation system integrated with a Mitsubishi RV70 robot and the AWIA AF1000 simple 3-axis vertical machining center powered by a Mitsubishi M80 control. As you can see right here, we start with a raw material block, a 1045 mild steel being pre-stamped by the Lang micro grip stamping unit. This is This unit is optional, but recommended for harder material above 35 HRC. The form closure effect created by the workpiece, by the pre-stamping of the workpiece, ensures you to hold the workpiece with constant and consistent quality and with high process reliability. Now, all that's left is to clamp your workpiece onto the Lang micro grip vise, which don't even need to be removed from the trolley. The automation trolley are simply mobile storage units. Once all of your workpiece are positioned into the trolley, it's time to dock the trolley into a pneumatic docking station located on the floor. This allows accurate and easy positioning of the trolleys. An automation trolley with finished parts can be removed or replaced at any time during the operating mode. Now we're seeing the Mitsubishi robot pick up the Lang microgrip vise in order to load it into the Lang zero-point system inside the vertical machining center. The zero-point system can be actuated either mechanically by the robot itself, as seen in our demo, or pneumatically. The robot is pre-adjusted and pre-programmed with a simple user-friendly control. Thanks to a sensor on the robot gripper, the vices are picked up regardless of the size and shape of the component. Once the part will be completed, you'll see a cool little gadget called the CleanTech chip fan, stored like a common tool and selected automatically via the CNC program. This little gizmo has wings that open and close automatically by switching the machine spindle on and off, and cleans the finished workpiece and pallets prior to their automated removal. It removes chips and coolant without the operator having to open the machine doors and never having to use compressed air. I'll circle back with a little bit more details about the RoboTrack system, the Mitsubishi robot, and Megatel's other products and services following my colleague's presentation. Thank you, and now back to you, Felicia.
Thank you, Mark. For those of you who don't know, CAD Micro Solutions is a 3D solution and service provider, enabling innovation for businesses across Canada. We offer solutions for 3D tools in the design, manufacturing, and additive, metrology, and augmented and virtual reality spaces. We've been around since the mid-80s, and our head office is located in Toronto with offices across Cambridge, Montreal, and new offices in Alberta and BC. Today I'm going to talk a bit more about the software tools to improve digital design and manufacturing strategies and workflows. As software solutions started coming online, we were able to automate a lot of the manual work that had been done in the past. And this has created data silos. Information in these data silos are isolated from the rest of the organization. They reside in multiple systems that do not integrate well. And of course, this costs mistakes, rework, and loss of information. Most importantly, it leaves no time for innovation. If we look at what's pushing that digital strategy, in the past it's been advancements in technology, intense competition, and enhanced supply chain proficiency. These have all primarily been the reasons for pushing the need to innovate new processes for product development. Businesses not only needed to catch up, but keep up. And now with COVID-19, it has made it more critical than ever to implement these digital workflows for the survival of business today. Many of you have likely heard of smart manufacturing, and of course, this supports that connected and streamlined flow of intellectual properties. It delivers it to all of your team within an organization, and the information is available when and where it's needed, and in the form it's most useful. Of course, this improves your quality, it reduces your costs, and increases your profitability. Smart manufacturing tools compress that design to manufacturing process. And now this can actually happen concurrently in one seamlessly integrated system. SOLIDWORKS provides an ecosystem of tools that are needed to implement a completely digital and integrated design through manufacturing strategy without ever having to leave that familiar SOLIDWORKS environment. With over 6 million users worldwide, SOLIDWORKS serves a number of industries with a wide range of design challenges. we walk through one of these digital manufacturing workflows, starting with SOLIDWORKS CAD, which is really the core design tool in this ecosystem. It's a robust 3D CAD modeling tool, and it utilizes that parametric and feature-based modeling that will dramatically improve the way you design, develop, and manufacture products using specialty tools like sheet metal and weldment, costing, and a parts library that gives you access to thousands of pre-built parts and components. Virtual designing and validating in SOLIDWORKS simulation is a fully integrated virtual testing environment, and we allow you to make sure that your designs are going to work the way you envision it. This tool validates the design by simulating real-world conditions. It boosts your productivity and product innovation, and it supports warranty and decreases your product development costs overall. SOLIDWORKS model-based definition is an integrated and drawing-less solution that allows you to find, organize, and publish your annotations all within your 3D model. This bypasses that time-consuming 2D process and further leverages your CAD data. It allows you to comply with industry standards, collaborate with internal and external stakeholders, and it allows you to share, archive, and reuse this intelligent data. SOLIDWORKS CAM powered by CAMWorks is a powerful, parametric, knowledge-based suite of seamlessly integrated programming tools used to automate the creation of machine toolpaths based on your company's best practice. It's the first to offer knowledge-based machining with automatic feature recognition and is the only one to offer tolerance-based machining. You can program directly inside of your SOLIDWORKS interface. Your CAD and your CAM models become one and the same. So no more worrying about machining the wrong revision, and your toolpaths update automatically to design changes. With tolerance-based machining, it allows you to use the tolerances and the annotations in that 3D model to automatically create your CNC program. It recognizes the tolerances and surfaces finishes associated with that feature to select the appropriate tools, speeds, and feeds to generate the best toolpath. With virtual machining, unlike other CAM systems that use cutting location data, CAMWorks virtual machining performs true G-code machine simulation and full collision detection and avoidance. Once the program's been simulated, it's ready to run on the machine, so it eliminates that downtime and setup, and it fully supports a number of multitasking machines. The CAMWorks shop floor is the latest addition in this digital manufacturing workflow. It's specially designed for CNC machinists on the shop floor. It digitally delivers 3D models, including setup sheets, tool lists, and libraries to the shop floor in a single compact format. It automatically file check detects changes in your CAD and CAM file and alerts users to avoid machining the wrong file. This maintains associativity along the entire digital thread. And from the shop floor, you can virtually check programs, reduce setup time, increase production, and improve quality and consistency. With SOLIDWORKS Inspection, it's both a first article inspection as well as an in-process inspection software. It streamlines the automation creation of ballooned inspection drawings and reports without ever having to leave your SOLIDWORKS environment. It reduces the time needed to create these inspection documents, helps eliminate input error, reduces time to market, and improves your quality overall. By further leveraging your 3D CAD data, you can concurrently create technical documents for a number of needs, such as user manuals, machining assembly instructions, interactive bills of material, maintenance and repair guides, and it's also a really great tool for product web pages and sales kits. Data management. So SOLIDWORKS has a really great comprehensive data management solution to help customers organize and manage their data, even across multiple sites and locations. It's built into an extension of Windows Explorer and enables everyone involved to quickly find and share information. With PDM, it secures, controls, and manages documents, including CAD files, Word documents, PDFs, spreadsheets, and others. So as you can see, the seamless integration of these design and manufacturing applications into one system is truly the key to the success of digital design manufacturing processes. With that, I'm going to hand it over to Kirsten to take a deeper look into SOLIDWORKS CAM and CAMWorks.
Thanks, Felicia, and thanks everyone for joining us today. Next, I'm going to take you guys through a quick demo of programming this part inside CAMWorks. So CAMWorks is a SOLIDWORKS add-in. It can be activated and deactivated just like other SOLIDWORKS add-ins. I also have a tab inside my command manager, and I've got 3 additional tabs inside my feature tree. So the CAMWorks feature tree, the CAMWorks operation tree, and lastly the tools tree. Now the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to double click my machine definition. Inside this dialog box, I want to confirm that I have the correct active machine. So in this case, my OEA VMC. I want to double check on my active tool crib, make sure that's correct as well. And I want to make sure that I have the right post processor loaded. I'll double click my stock manager to show you guys that I've created this stock from an extruded sketch, and I've selected the bottom face of my part model to capture my stock thickness of 1.5 inches. Other options to set my stock would be from a bounding box, an STL file, or a SOLIDWORKS part file. If I click on my coordinate system node, I can see that I have my coordinate system set in my top left corner, and I've created this coordinate system based on a stock bounding box vertex. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click Extract Machinable Features from inside of the CAMWorks Command Manager. What this is going to do is it's going to initiate the AFR process, and CAMWorks is going to scan my model to see if it can automatically recognize any 2.5 axis machinable features. If I wanted, I could control what CAMWorks chooses and doesn't choose to find under my feature types. So once I extract those machinable features, I have a new mill part setup, and it's found a hole group 1. So if I click on that hole group, I can see all 4 holes represented in blue. I'm going to add a couple more prismatic features to this part. So from inside my feature manager, I'm going to right click my mill part setup 1, and I'll select 2.5 axis feature. My first feature type is going to be a face feature, and I'm going to select that same sketch that I used to define my stock off of. I'll click End Conditions to define my depth of cut. And here I can select a strategy. So right now it's set to finish, but if I use this drop-down menu, I have other options as well. I'm going to select this finish 2-inch face mill. So on the right-hand side, it's going to show me how many operations belong to this strategy. So in this case, just the one face mill. And it's also going to show me what tool it will select for the operation. The next prismatic feature that I'm going to add in is going to be an open pocket. And I'm going to select this bottom face here. Choose End Condition. This is where I'm going to select my depth of cut, so 50 thousandths. And I'm going to select that same strategy as before, because after our volume mill, we want our face mill to come in and clean up our part. Last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to select the island tab, and I just want to identify this boss in the center. I'll pick one part edge, and it's going to select the whole loop. And then I can go ahead and press OK. The last feature that I'm going to add in is a contour mill to follow the shape of this mouse and clean up the sidewalls. So from feature type, I'll select boss. And once again, I'll just select one edge from that boss. It'll loop the selection for me. Then from end condition, I'm just going to switch the direction of cut and enter a depth of 1 inch. So now we've got our 4 2.5 axis features identified. I'm going to go ahead and add in some multi-surface features. For the first feature, I'll choose all displayed. CAMWorks is going to recognize every single surface on this model. And for strategy, I'm going to select my volume mill. So this is a CAMWorks high efficiency toolpath. It uses a large axial depth of cut and a shallow radial depth of cut to keep constant interaction with your toolpath. It can really shorten your cycle times, and it can extend your cutter life quite a bit as well. My next multi-surface feature is going to be a knit surface selection. So I went ahead and I created a surface knit. I can find it inside my surface bodies folder. And when I select that knit, I can see my selected faces on the left-hand side. So creating these knits is a quick way to identify a group of surfaces and to be able to select them quickly. And I just want to make sure that I update my strategy as well. So I want to add in a pattern project with a 1/2 inch ball nose. My next multi-surface feature is going to be another knit selection. You can see my selected faces, and I'll choose my pattern project with a 1/4 inch ball nose for that outside fillet. And now my last 2 surface selections are going to be for this smaller fillet here and for that inside face. So I'll just go ahead and select my part surfaces, and I want to use a pattern project flow line for this guy. And then for my last multi-surface feature, I'll just select that center face. And for this toolpath, I want to use a slice. Okay, so we've defined all of our machinable features now. I can see them listed under my mill part setup 1, and I can see the strategies in brackets beside. I'm actually going to update this whole group 1 because my drill strategy is going to add in a center drill and a drill, but because of the ISCAR drill that we're using, we don't need that center drill toolpath. So I'm just going to update to a drill only strategy. Next, I'm ready to select generate operation plan. So at this point, this is where knowledge-based machining really comes into play. CAMWorks is going to consider our machinable features, our model geometry, and the strategies that we want to use. And it's going to scan our technology database. It's going to find the feature conditions that match the conditions in our model, and it will apply the appropriate toolpaths and operation parameters based on what we program that technology database to do, essentially. So this is where we're going to save our shop's best machining practices and how we want to program our parts. Now I'll click Generate Operation Plan. And now I've navigated over into my CAMWorks operation tree. So I can click on the resulting toolpaths, but they're not generated yet. All I can see is that preview of what machinable feature they belong to. So before I generate these, I just want to make a couple quick edits. Mainly, I want to identify the upper and lower curves for my multi-surface toolpaths that involve my flow line between curves. So I'll double click a toolpath to open up the operation parameters. And once inside, I'm going to select my upper curve. And in this case, I created a 3D sketch for that. So I'll just go ahead and select that. And then I'll select my lower curve, so my 3D sketch too. Next, I'm going to update my second flow line toolpath. So once again, inside my pattern tab for curve 1, I'm going to select my part edges. for curve 2, I'll just select this face. Now the last change I want to make before I generate my tool paths is I want to edit my drilling operation. So from drill hole parameters, I'm going to change pecking to drilling. From my feature options, I want to make sure that I add in my tip length. And inside of my tool, I'm going to select another tool from my tool crib. And I'm going to select a user-defined tool that I created based on the 3D model I downloaded from the ISCAR website. So now I get a preview of that tool, and this is especially helpful for simulation purposes. Next, we'll select Generate Tool Path from the Command Manager. It's going to take the most time to generate our volume mill. So after this tool path is generated, the next step for me would be to sort the operations to make sure that I'm posting out in the order that I actually want to cut my part. And then the last step would typically be to post-process these tool paths. But I'm actually going to be showing you guys another CAMWorks application after this, and it's called CAMWorks Shop Floor. So instead of post-process, I'm going to be selecting the Publish to Shop Floor. So now our toolpaths have generated. So I'm going to right click my setup one to sort it. So inside of my sort tab, I can choose to sort by operation type or tool, and then an additional method by either operation or tool. So we want to start with our face mill. We want our drilling to be last. Drag that multi-axis mill above the drilling. We want our area clearance to be below our face mill. And let's go ahead and click apply and see what that gives us. So things look pretty good. I'm just going to move a couple other things around. I want this multi-axis mill to come after that contour, so I can just drag and drop. Okay, so we'll do a really quick simulation. So I can select Simulate Toolpath from my Command Manager. I'm going to choose Turbo Mode, and I'll run that simulation. So it's going to cycle through my toolpaths as quickly as possible. And then when this is finished, I'm going to select this button here to show difference. So this is where I would be able to see any undercut or overcut areas. But everything in green is cut to model, so looks good to me. I'll press OK. And the next thing I'm going to do is just save my part. And then I'm going to select that Publish to Shop Floor. This is where I would choose my file location and simply press Publish. So the CAMWorks Shop Floor, it's a really powerful communication tool that you can use in your shop to communicate all of your tool paths and your setup needs from your CNC programmer to your CNC operator on the machine floor. Because typically operators don't get to see the tool paths, they aren't able to simulate or step through. But with the CAMWorks Shop Floor application, they have that ability. They can see a 3D view of their part model, of the assembly. They can simulate or step through all of the tool paths. They can also view all of the dimensional information that belongs to your model, including annotations of the part model itself. So if any changes need to be made at the machine, this eliminates that back and forth that happens between your programmer and your operator. The operator can simply use the CAMWorks NC editor, edit any changes that he or she needs to make, and then they can re-simulate that to make sure that everything is good. And this is going to eliminate setup times, the need to dry run programs. So we have our shop floor file has been successfully created. So I'm just going to click open, and it's going to open it up into the application. So now we're inside of the CamWorks shop floor, just waiting for our part to load. And here from the top, I can see that I have a bunch of different tools. So I have a lot of different ways that I can view my part. I have a bunch of measure tools as well. And then inside the CamWorks tab, this is where I can choose to step through my toolpath, simulate my toolpath, or open up the G-code into that NC editor. So this is a really awesome and really powerful tool that is essentially going to give your machine operators the ability to see all of your toolpaths and all of the information stored within those toolpaths. So I'll go ahead and exit that application. And one last thing I wanted to show you guys before I finish my demo is the CamWorks virtual machine simulator. So I'm going to right click my setup one. Actually, the first thing I'm going to do before I open up the machine simulator is I'm just going to assign a work coordinate system to setup one. So I'll edit that setup, and then inside my offset tab, I'll select work coordinate system. My start value is 54. I'll just select assign and OK. So next I'm going to right click that setup, and under machine simulation, I'm going to choose my standard. So this is also going to post out all of my code. Now the CamWorks virtual machine is unique. Unlike other CAM software, the virtual machine inside CamWorks is using the actual G code, not just the cutter location data. So it's going to give you, it's going to ensure precision and accuracy in your part as well. This is also really going to help eliminate the need to dry run your part on your machine. You're going to have full collision detection with this tool. So inside settings, I'm just going to update my Z axis. You can see my part on the table. And I'm just going to go ahead and press play so I can see the simulation of my part virtually inside my machine. That brings my demonstration to an end. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to pass it off to Steve.
Hello, everyone. At ISCAR, we understand that supplying cutting tools and assisting in their application is simply not enough. Modern metalworking industry requires virtual and non-material solutions. Machine operators need to make hundreds of right decisions and perform very complex tasks in their everyday work, and ISCAR has to provide the tools and apps to help them do that. These apps will help companies grow business, reduce overall costs, and make smarter decisions. Manufacturers are always looking for ways to cost save and ideas on how they can help grow production and processes. That's why ISCAR's objective is to help increase effectiveness and efficiency and output, thereby improving overall productivity and profitability. We know that choosing the right tool, calculating the starting values, figuring out what causes and solves poor tool life is an ongoing process. That's why we have taken all of our global technical knowledge and put them both into physical and digital platforms. There's two things I want to talk about, one being IOP, which is the Internet of People. And this is how people change the world around them. We have created the internet, which has become the most transformative technology ever created. Let's see how we connect using the internet. Well, as you can see, we utilize the internet to read books, play games, do shopping, whether if it's on Amazon or eBay, read articles, listen to music, obviously emails, and of course post videos and photographs. That brings us to the IoT, or the Internet of Things. And this is using the devices that allows us to connect different people to things, and the ability to use sense and communicate, touch and control, interact and collaborate. So how do we do that? Well, we use smart devices such as cell phones and tablets or computers, and also machines to do this. Now, as people, we have 5 main senses, but when using digital platforms, we kind of lose a little bit. We still keep our sight, touch, and hearing, and these 3 senses is what connects us to the different applications that we use. At ISCAR, we have created various apps to help customers increase productivity and profitability. But the problem we have is we've created a lot of them, and sometimes when putting them on different digital platforms, people kind of misplace them, forget they even have them. So what we've done is we've created an all-in-one app that is a one-stop shop that allow you to access all of our apps through one system, and this is called ISCAR World. Let's take a quick look now at what ISCAR can do. I'd like to go through some of the different apps that we have available for you. The first one being an access to our website. This will give you company information, technical information on the various products that we have available. Now, we did a complete overhaul on our website in order to be able to scale properly to different smart devices like cell phones, tablets, computers. Another thing that we've done is we've completely revamped our electronic catalog. This is now in accordance with the new ISO 13399 standard, which now all cutting tool manufacturers will have to conform to. A very useful app that we created many years ago is our ITA, or the ISCAR Tool Advisor, an app that will allow you to input data into it and have the software select the proper cutting tool and insert grade, chip former based on the material and type of part configuration that you enter into the software. One of our latest apps that we launched this year is ISCAR's 4 Pro, an app that will read QR codes embedded into a cutting tool or an insert that'll give you key product information, stock availability depending on what warehouse you're looking at, and also various grade and size and geometry information. Let's have a quick peek at ISCAR 4 Pro.
The metal cutting tool industry is becoming increasingly more digitized. Valuable cloud information to support your daily production environment is simply a click away. ISCAR introduces 4 Pro, a new online product information and machining recommendation tool. 4 Pro characterizes the enormous impact of Industry 4.0 on smart factory operations, maximizing connectivity to increase productivity and reduce costs. Combining new technologies with manageable applications, 4 Pro provides machining recommendations geared to your needs. 4 Pro is now compatible with any operating system, enabling you to view vital process planning data in real time before beginning the machining process, ensuring that the selected tools and inserts deliver machining results to meet your needs. Simply scan the 2D data matrix barcode etched on your ISCAR tool or insert packaging label to access the data you need in order to make an informed decision. The Catalog option introduces product geometrical information, presented according to the ISO 13399 standard, including the product, pack size, and production order number for traceability at your end. The Relations option ties together inserts and tools to match them up. Complete information is provided about every product. The Grade option bonds the insert geometry and its coding to the correct type of metal, allowing you to make better choices at the planning stages of the process. The ISO PMKNSH option provides recommended cutting speeds and feeds for machining any type of metal according to the suggested ISCAR grade. The More Info option provides additional product information which may be essential for your work and process planning. In the My Zone option, you can create a project and assign the respective tools and inserts that will be used. Here you can record how many hours the tool was used, the number of cycles it has performed, and whether or not the tool has been reconditioned. Make informed decisions for your tooling needs by simply scanning the 2D data matrix barcode etched on your ISCAR tool body. 4 Pro will help you manage the tools stored in matrix dispensing machines more efficiently, with even more digital connectivity functions for smarter inventory management. Through 4 Pro, you can access a range of valuable digital web resources, such as grade and geometry calculators, ISCAR tool advisors, and a bank of industrial solutions for parts, all in one place at your fingertips. 4 Pro, tool that deliver machining results to meet your needs.
One problem that we have is when creating physical catalogs is we understand that because we do release products on almost a daily basis, printed versions become out of date very, very quickly. So within the ISCAR world, you can access our NPA or new product announcements that'll give you detailed information on all the latest products that ISCAR has developed. Another useful app that we created is called Industrialize, where you can go into this app, look by various industry types like automotive, aerospace, mold and die, and many others, and then see what type of work pieces that ISCAR has expertise in, also different types of materials that we have knowledge in, and see the type of different cutting tools that we have specifically designed for those materials, for those work pieces, for those industries. As with any app, we also have FAQ. That way you can see frequently asked questions and common answers to those questions. Should you have a question that is not listed in our FAQ app, no problem. You can enter a custom question which gets sent to our head office, and you usually receive a response in 24 or 48 hours. Another useful app that we've created is a link to our media pages like YouTube, which gives you access to our Tech Talks, which provide again useful information on new product in video form. Another thing that we've added is our e-commerce app, which will allow customers and distributors the ability to purchase products directly through an app, which sends the orders right into ISCAR. Now, whether if you take advantage of this app or not is completely up to you. Another thing that we've done is with our publications, again, because of our catalogs being out of date, essentially once we print them, having a web-based publication, as you see here, allows you to have a complete up-to-date catalog and also the ability to download an offline version should you go into an area where you do not have internet access. We also have Machining Power, which is a complete machinist calculator, allowing machinists on the shop floor to get speed and feed calculators, horsepower requirements, and things like that. Also, we have a matrix app which will allow you to check inventory on your matrix machine to see how much you have left in stock, when it's time to reorder, and also adding new product to your cabinets. Another useful app is our insert where section, which we've completely revamped Before, the ISCAR wear would just give you generic wear and generic solutions to those types of wear. Now what we've done is we've now divided all the wear into specific products. So for milling, for hole making, for turning and grooving, so that way you can go into the specific section and look at specific wear for those specific types of cutting tools and how to properly fix those types of wears. We've also released some conversion software apps. One is our grade optimizer, where you can input a type of grade that you're using from a current competitor and see what the ISCAR equivalent would be. Also, when you're talking about chip formers, you're able to enter a current competitor chip former and again convert it to what the ISCAR equivalent would be. We've also released a chip thinning calculator, which will allow you to enter radial engagements as well as lead angles for different types of cutters, so that way you can properly program real feed rates rather than a feed rate that would be underpowered for the type of cutting tool that you're currently using. Our Mill Thread Advisor is an app that will allow you to select the appropriate type of thread mill that you need to use for your workpiece based on material type, thread pitch, and overall thread profile. And this program will also allow you to spit out the appropriate G code that you can then copy and paste right into your CNC program. Now, of course, with ISCAR, we have to be a part of all social media channels. We understand that not everybody is just going to be part of Facebook. There's always new social media channels popping up every day, and ISCAR wants to be a part of all of them because we know that even future customers will have a social media channel that they prefer, so we need to be everywhere to reach all of our customers. And as always, we have a contact app which will allow you to get a hold of your local ISCAR rep or subsidiary. So in case if maybe you haven't seen your sales guy, or if you're in a remote area, this is a way for you to reach out and contact us at any time. Please understand that when ISCAR is designing and creating different apps and web-based features, we look at two main things. One would be the UX and the UI. So the UX is all your data behind the system, and the UI is how the app looks and feels and sounds. And this is how we create all of our end products, because we want the app not only to look good, to sound good, to feel good, because we know that if people don't like using the app for one reason or another, they're just simply not going to use it. One thing that we've added to our electronic catalog is the ability to build and download full 3D models of our cutting tools. This is currently available for our hole making, our milling, and our turning product lines. Our grooving product line is to follow. But what this allows you to do, it allows you to build a full assembly of the cutting tool right from the pull stud to the cutting edge. And this way you can then import this 3D file into any type of software that you're using, like SOLIDWORKS. Not only can we provide a full 3D assembly of the product, but we also give you a 2D representation, completely dimensioned of the product. That way you can use this in setup and data sheets. So basically, to end, what is the Internet of Things and why you should care? Well, let's watch this video.
No, it's just construction, that's all. No, I'm not driving. Are you okay?
Yeah, you?
I'm good.
Oh, no, not you. Listen, I'm gonna have to call my agent.
Mr.
I'm gonna get
Burton?
right back to you.
Mr. Burton, this is Insure Corp. We've received sensor data that indicates you were in an accident. Are you injured in any way?
I'm not injured, no.
Is anyone else injured?
I don't believe so.
Okay, where's my agent's number?
We have pinpointed your location, and we are showing your car is not drivable. So we are dispatching an Uber car to take you to your destination.
That would be great.
I'm pressing 1. English. E-N-G-L-I, English.
May we give your coordinates to our appraiser drone to perform the appraisal?
Absolutely.
We have received the photos, assessed the damage, authorized the repair, selected a qualified repair facility, and have dispatched a tow truck to take your vehicle to that facility.
Perfect.
Yes, hi, this is... Yes, I'll hold.
We have looked up the other vehicle's insurance, transmitted the appropriate data to create the claim, and filed the California SR1 accident report. Can you confirm the information is correct on your phone, then hit the accept button?
I'll check it right now. Okay, all done.
Thank you. Your Uber car is arriving now.
Ah, I see it coming.
Accident, not payment, accident.
Your tow truck should be there now. Don't forget to leave your keys in the vehicle. Thank you for using InsureCorp, powered by Pivotal Labs.
Thank you very much. And now back to Mark so he can give us some more information about the live demo that you have been viewing.
Thank you, Steve. Welcome back, everyone. So I hope you enjoyed the previous presentation. Before we let you go, here's a quick little video outlining the features and benefit of the RoboTrex automation system.
The new Lang automation system RoboTrex stands for simple operation, high flexibility, and especially cost-efficient working. The heart of the RoboTrex system is the automation trolleys with their unique, vertically arranged clamping devices. This allows for a storage capacity of up to 168 work pieces with comparatively small space requirements. Thanks to the arrangement of the clamping devices, great accessibility is achieved when loading work pieces directly onto the automation trolley. In the case of particularly large work pieces, devices can also easily be removed for external setup. In combination with the patented stamping technology, the MacroGrip 5-axis vices guarantee highest holding forces at small interference contours. The externally prepared automation trolleys enable RoboTrex automation to be re-equipped within seconds. This ensures that no unnecessary machine downtimes are caused. A simple and intuitive control is essential for us. Knowledge of robot technology is not required with the RoboTrex automation system. By simple interruption of the work cycle, measurements or similar can be carried out during the machining process. The adaptable protective fence makes it possible to attach it to almost any machine tool. Depending on the type of machine, the connection takes place as front or side loading. There are also a variety of assembly options with 2 or 4 automation trolleys. Efficiency, speed, and flexibility. RoboTrex meets the requirements of future-oriented manufacturing.
So as you can see, Lang offers a complete work holding and automation solution that fits most applications. From the stamping technology that allows you to pre-stamp the workpiece in order to be fitted into the Lang MacroGrip vices, to the zero-point system, automation trolleys, and the cool CleanTech chip fan. What are the benefits? One of the most interesting benefit of the RoboTrex system is that it can be fitted to almost any CNC, new or used. The only real requirement is a free M function. It's really simple to use with very minimal training required. All your work holding and automation accessories from one source. Let's talk a little bit about the Mitsubishi robot that we saw at the beginning of our demo. This robot is a 70-kilo articulated arm that has a reach of a little bit over 2 meters. This robot allows for simple plug-and-play connectivity to Mitsubishi CNC connected through a single landline Ethernet cable. Once connected, this system can be easily programmed straight from the CNC touchscreen by direct robot control. This feature is also nice for simple modification of movements for project changes. All this automation can be monitored from your phone for lights out unmanned machining. Perfect robot and a simple CNC automated system for companies new to automate machine tool tending. Why Megatel? At Megatel, you can consider us as a one-stop shop for all of your manufacturing needs. We're trusted by Canadian manufacturers for over 40 years. We've been offering reliable and affordable solutions, anywhere from the CNC machine to robot systems, automation systems, also integration and training. We're committed to customer satisfaction, and here's how we back it. We have 3 locations across 2 provinces, Quebec and Ontario, with offices in Montreal, Mississauga, and Windsor. Each facility is equipped with a showroom and a repair shop. We're talking here about a total of 65,000 square feet. Why 3 locations? Simply to be much closer to our customers. Less traveling time, cheaper service calls, and faster response. We have the largest inventory of CNC machines in Canada. We're talking about anywhere between regular commodity 3-axis machines to large gantry 5-axis. We have the largest on-staff service engineer. We use no subcontractors. And we have the largest spare part inventory across all of our 3 locations. So, if you're ready, let's talk. Thank you, and back to Jessica right now.
All right, that was great. Thank you very much, Felicia, Kirsten, Steve, and Mark. We do have some time left to take some questions, so if you've got anything you'd like to ask our presenters, now's the time to go ahead and throw those questions into the questions box. We've got a few in the queue already, so let's go ahead and get started. All right, first, actually, we've gotten a few questions, guys. We're wondering if we have a finished part to show everyone.
Nice.
Awesome.
I don't know if people can see that.
Yeah, and we can see also the pre-stamping on the side of the workpiece right here for the Lang micro vices. So.
Perfect. All right. So the first question we have, I believe this one will be directed to you, Felicia. So we saw 3-axis milling with CamWorks today. What about 4 and 5-axis? Which package would I be looking at?
Yeah, absolutely. So SOLIDWORKS and CamWorks offers a number of different solutions from milling, turning, laser jet, water jet. So any questions on specific packages, please feel free to reach out. We do support multi-axis and mill turn machines as well.
Great, thank you. Steve, I believe this one will be for you. What file types are supported in ISCAR's tool builder?
Great question. We currently support DXF, step files, as well as P21 file formats.
Perfect. Steve, I think this one will be you as well. Is ISCAR's machining power app just a horsepower calculator?
No, actually, the machining power is a full machinist calculator. It is able to calculate out speeds and feeds. It can do a little bit of trigonometry and stuff like that. So no, yeah, it's a little bit of a misconception when people hear the name machining power, they automatically assume it's a horsepower calculator, although it will calculate horsepower requirements, but it is a full machinist calculator.
Okay, Mark, we've had a couple people ask about the RoboTrex. Who should they reach out to if they have more questions on the RoboTrex?
Well, obviously they can reach out directly Megatel or Machine Tool Solutions. And if they'd like to have more information, we have a handout that they can download with a full brochure of the RoboTrex automation system.
Great. Steve, another question for you. What other types of innovation is ISCAR working on for digital manufacturing?
Okay, Well, we try and work with all aspects of manufacturing. One thing we are doing is working with tool presetters like Zoller and Renaissance, stuff like that. And we are able to, of course, upon request, it's not in every single tool, but we are able to put chips that are embedded within our cutting tools. So that way, when Zoller or a Renaissance machine is reading length offsets and diameter offsets, the Zoller machine or the Renaissance machine will automatically enter that data into the chip. That way, when the tool is taken to the machine itself will then read the information stored in the cutting tool and automatically import it into its database. Because the way things kind of work now is you usually get it like a digital printout, and sometimes those are only held on by some sort of adhesive and they can get lost on the way to the machine, and or sometimes operators can misplace decimal places or put in the wrong numerical value, which, as we know, can have unwanted consequences. So yeah, so we are doing things like that. And also for high cost assemblies, we can put tag systems on them where it's actually a location device where you can download an app from your phone, and just like if you lose your keys and you have a tag system on it, same basic principle. If you misplace an assembly, maybe it gets put into the wrong machine, or maybe, you know, Bob took it from Joe's desk and Joe didn't know about it, at least you can track the tool and find its location via an app on your phone. So there's a lot of different things we are working on. Those are just a couple.
That's great. Thanks, Steve. Felicia, I believe this one will be geared towards you. I heard you say that SOLIDWORKS includes CAM software for free. Did I hear that right?
Yep, great question. Absolutely. So any version of SOLIDWORKS greater than 2018 or including 2018 that's on current subscription has access to some 2.5 axis and light 3-axis machining. And that's included in your subscription if you're a SOLIDWORKS existing user. If you'd like to activate that, you can reach out to your reseller, CAD Micro Solutions, and we're happy to help set that up for you. There's actually the 4th and 5th axis and mill-turn machines would be supported by the CAMWorks side of things. And there's actually a really great promotion running right now, so make sure you check out the handouts and look for that.
Great. Mark, we've got one more question for you on the RoboTrex system. The question is, can it integrate with a 5-axis machine?
Definitely. It's actually built for a 5-axis machine because of the micro grip vices that is offered by Lang. So definitely, and look forward for other eventual demonstrations or webinars with on a 5-axis machine coming very soon.
Okay, great. All right, I think we are just about out of time, so we'll probably cut it off here. If we didn't get to your question today, we certainly will follow up with you afterwards to get you the information that you're looking for. And in the email that you can expect from us tomorrow with the recording of today's session, we'll also include contact information for each of our presenters here today, so that if anything else comes up after the fact, you can certainly feel free to reach out. Before I pass it back to our presenters to wrap up, I'd just like to extend a sincere thanks to each of them for their involvement in today's event, and to all of you for joining us here today. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Jessica. And thank you guys so much for allowing us to come into Megatel and be a part of this event. And the supply of the tooling is great. So it was a great team effort. And I think the message is clear for customers that digital technology is the way of the future.
Definitely.
It's actually here now, so.
Correct. Yeah, thank you everyone for coming. Thank you for all of the partners, Lino at Machine Tool Solutions, ISCAR, CAMWorks, and CAM Micro Solutions. Thank you all, and I'm looking forward actually to do this again and maybe do something, demonstrate something different that's gonna even impress a little bit more.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks again. Bye-bye.